But there was a lot of dudes I ran into when I first went to prison. It was down for 20, 40, all that type of stuff. But I wasn't worrying about that. When them gates first hit and I realized that it was real, I was wrapped in fear. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm going to the unknown. I ain't gonna front. Like, dudes be trying to front and thinking, oh, it's cool. That's just scary. Because first of all, you worrying about, I'm like, oh, is my ass on the line?
Yeah, I remember you called me about 6 months in.
I'm like, my ass on the line.
You called me and you was talking in codes.
Listen.
Called me, talking, yo, kiss us, you know what I mean? I'm going through with the bizzle. I ain't gonna lizard. My kiss aches on the lizard. I said, what? Because we had never talked like this before.
I'm gonna tell you.
So when he called home talking about his kiss aches was on the lizard, I said, the kiss aches on the lizard.
That's another story. Listen, that's another story. But I'm gonna tell you something I never told you. The scariest time of my life. I come from the yard, right? And there was a pack of Swiss rolls and some soups on my bed. I was like, oh, they coming. Somebody want everything from me. They want my goods. I'm like, so now I'm scared. Listen, I go in the cell.
Wait, hold on. So you mean to tell me, because we need to get this right for all the youngins. So you mean to tell me when you in the state penitentiary, this ain't no county shit. This ain't no I'm waiting to get sentenced. This is I'm already sentenced and I got my time. So when you in jail, if you get to your cell and the Swiss roll and what?
It was Swiss rolls and soups.
And soups, if that's just laying on your bed and you didn't order them in commissary, somebody just put that on your bed, what does that mean?
It can mean multiple things, but I'm going to tell you what it meant for me. I went right in the cell, I locked the door, I threw the sheet up, and I prayed to every God that existed that this wasn't my time and my ass would be right when I leave. I was just like, I didn't know what was going on. I'm going to be straight up. I'm going to be like, because you don't know who comes. So when I grabbed the shit, I'm like, I got the sheet up, so I'm thinking, I don't want nobody to see me panic, because in jail, it's just like Instagram. You got to have a tough face. Oh, I'm tough. I'll do this to you. You're not going to do nothing to me. I'm a bad guy. Just like dudes be on Instagram. Everybody's tough. Everybody's a killer. Okay, cool, right? So in jail, I'm like, I'm not going to let nobody see me sweat. I got my game face. So I threw the sheet up immediately. Oh, shit.
But did you eat the Swiss rolls?
No. Hold on. Listen. This was crazy about it. This how I knew shit was dangerous, because I'm like, damn. And then I hear my man called me, yo, Wallo. So before I go pull the sheet down, because he was downstairs, I was on the top tier. I had to get I'm like this. I had to look at the mirror, make sure, splash my face, make sure all panic and fear was off my face. I'm like, let me make sure I'm okay. Hold up, bro. I hit the joint. Yo, what's up, bro? You cool? What's going on? Yo, I put the stuff you gave me last week on your bed. I'm like, oh, okay, I got that. Listen. I threw that curtain back. Oh my God. Listen, man. I was ready to take lock up and everything. I didn't know what I was ready to do.
So hold on. So you thought somebody was coming for your innocence?
Listen, and you know why? Because I was at Dallas. They call Dallas the Pink Palace. I seen dudes laying out on the yard. In the yard, man. I seen dudes getting married in the yard.
Wait, hold on.
Straight up. Anybody know? Pennsylvania, they call Dallas. It had the most homosexuals. I was scared to death.
They call Dallas the Pink Palace.
Yeah. Because it was a joint with heavily homosexual. So I'm like, listen. Listen, the first time I went to the shower, right? I go down in the shower room. Come on, man. I'm serious, man. This shit was real, man.
Wait,
you don't know what I've been through.
So y'all was naming jails like it was strip clubs, like we're going to Vanity Grand. No, shit, they sending me to Dallas to pick.
Listen, in this jail, listen, let me explain something to you. Let me explain some real shit to you. It was so, what's the name, that dudes would name the punks in jail. You had a punk named Penis Williams. Hold up. You had a punk, listen.
Wait,
you had a punk named.
How you know this?
Listen, that's in the jail. I'm just telling you the names. Everybody know this.
So wait, not Venus Williams. His name was Venus Williams.
Yeah. Hey, listen. You had a motherfucker named.
So wait.
Listen, you had dudes just to name the motherfuckers.
They hit you with that racket,
huh? Listen, this is real life, this is prison. Everybody know what's going on because you were here. So you be like, what? Oh shit, the boy named what? I'm saying away from that motherfucker. And then you had a motherfucker named Lil Him.
Lil Him.
Like Lil Kim, Lil Him. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm just telling you, listen.
Hey, yeah.
Listen, you had a motherfucker named, you had a white boy named Harris Hilton. You got here, Paris Hilton. You had all type of crazy shit going on there. So nigga, me, I'm like, listen, on some real shit, I'm scared to death. Because I don't know what's going on. You don't know. You might see a dude, that's the old way from down the way. I don't know if old head It's really old hair. He wants some cheeks. So I'm just in the joint like, oh shit. But that day, when I put that curtain back up, this how I know when keeping it real goes wrong. When I put that curtain back up and I realized my homie threw the pecan squirrel and what's name on my bed, I put that joint up, looked in the mirror. Shit, ain't nobody doing shit to me anyway. Ain't no fucking nut. I'm a real one out here. Tighten up. Slap myself. Tighten up. You from the streets. You a real one.
Hey, so hold on. So you convinced the liar to yourself.
I had to. You got to charge yourself. Listen, in jail, you got to go insane in order to stay sane. Like people be like, damn. People be like, damn, wow, come out of jail, he just go right, he running. Yeah, because I had to go crazy to maintain my sanity. See, because you're going to see a lot of shit that's in jail that you're not going to be, you might don't accept. It might not really be about your life, but you got to believe in your mind that shit is okay. Because if you're looking at it from a regular mind, you're going to go to fuck crazy when you see the shit you see in jail.
Okay, so tell us, because our whole objective is to keep the youth out of prison. So what you see?
I done seen people get stabbed, man, and just, I'm talking about the blood be jumping out of them. And you got to look at that and walk by and mind your business. You can't be talking about it ain't your business. You ain't see nothing. You might be walking the yard. Me and you walking the yard. A cat might, because one thing about jail, this is what people don't understand. When you be out here shooting people and all that stuff, and you ride in the hood and you putting that work in, you don't know who been sitting in jail for a long time, who family members you putting work in. So you don't know old head Kev that been in jail for 25 years and that's his nephew. So when you come through you with your homies. You know what I mean? You smoking your little buckhorns in the yard. Yeah, man. I was out there putting work in. And this old head walk by. You think he just a regular burnt out old head. And he put a knife in your shoulder. And you're like, damn, what's going on? And it just keep putting it in you. Whap, whap, whap. And you trying to run. You ever see somebody get stabbed and they trying to run? They screaming. It's a scream. The scream is a scream you never heard in your life. Or when somebody walk up and had that 10-pound weight in their hand, or them two
that 10-pound weight is undefeated.
Or them 10-pound wax in the side, and you just hear, and you hear a person hold their head for a minute. They hold their head for about 10 minutes, and they let out the scream. You don't hear the scream till about a minute within the scream. You just hear them. It's a whole different game, and shit like that. You be walking the track. Me, I'm scared. I was scared. Oh shit, man! I gotta keep being a good person. I'm glad I ain't do nothing to nobody. I'm walking the track like, oh shit, this shit is real. Straight up, like that shit. You see some, listen, and their head is open right up.
Wait, hold on. I gotta keep being a good person.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. No, you can't be looking at nobody's cells. You can't be minding nobody's business. You can't be speaking on nobody. Because a lot of times you're gonna see somebody in jail and you're gonna be like, damn, that was your old head to tell you, yeah, young blood, you know what happened here, it's none of nobody's business. You might see your homeboy uncle. He got married in the yard last week. You can't get on the phone and call, yo, man, like, I had dudes that tell me, yeah, my pop, my uncle up there, this and that, third, he real when he hold it down. I'll be like in my mind, your pop, he likes sausages. I can't tell a dude that. Because now, old head might come step. You told my son. What you told my son?
No, your pop works for Bob Evans.
Yeah, you told my son such and such. And I'm like, I ain't saying nothing. You got to mind your business. So I'm just like, it's just like, it's like, that shit ain't cool. And, but like times, a lot of dudes that talk about, yeah, I do time, we do, they talking about their homies or their brothers or their cousins that did jail time. They ain't talking about no jail time they did. So a person might be listening to it or seeing it on Instagram and it's popularized to go to jail because that's the shit. I want to tell a dude, listen, it costs too much to be a criminal. Number one, you got to have a lot of, when you step into the street game, number one, now you'll have a dude, if you got a pistol and you operating outside of the law and you living in the United States of America, this is what I need to tell you. You need a lot of money to carry that pistol if you're carrying that pistol illegal. Because bail, lawyers, commissary, that's a lot of money that you don't have. So what you do is you say to yourself, oh, don't worry about it, charge it to my family.
Right. Put that pressure and all that on my mama.
On my mom and all that shit and on my people. Because you don't have the money to do this stuff. Right. You see what I'm saying? So my thing to kids is like these cats out here, I ain't even gonna say kids, they grown ass men, you can't tell them nothing. The dudes that can't tell you nothing, the difference is between me, you got a lot of people on Instagram, oh, stop the earth. A lot of people that speak to people on Instagram. I'm not none of them. You can't teach what you don't know. You can't lead where you don't go. I'm speaking from experience. I'm a dude that was in the streets running around with the guns, taking pictures with the guns, doing the goofy shit. Because I was a goofy young cat. So I know who you are. I understand who you are. I'm not judgmental, but I'm just trying to give you some game. And I'm trying to tell you, utilize me as your crash dummy. Say to myself, damn, you know what? Wallo already showed. I showed you the blueprint of where you're going at.
Right.
I did all the goofy shit. I was wanted to be down. I didn't know who I was. So I'm telling y'all to take this time out. Really think about how you moving out. Look at everybody you got around you, because one of them dudes around you might kill you or might tell on you.
Absolutely.
So you got to be mindful of that shit.
And the fact that you said that, it goes to show you, look at Nipsey Hussle's situation.
Sad.
You know, it's a sad situation, but who murdered Nipsey? A nigga that he grew up with.
The hood.
The hood. So to all, that's another valuable lesson to all you youngins who be screaming, "Oh, it's my day ones, it's my day ones." It's a lot of these dudes ain't even day twos, man.
They ain't day 4s or 5s.
Right, and a lot of these dudes, a lot of these guys is when you get an opportunity and you you get a chance to make it out, don't ever feel like that the hood is happy for you. They not. Because it's hard for people to be happy for you when they in such a sad state of mind. They in such a sad.
I'm not gonna say everybody in the hood.
No, I'm not gonna say everybody. But what I'm saying is
a percentage of people that probably
right
that you can pass them, and they feel as though that your blessings supposed to be their blessings because they ain't taking time to look at their blessings. We all got blessings. We all got talents. We all got things. But what we'll do is we'll overlook our blessings and be looking at somebody else's blessings, so we can't even give our blessings the time and attention and to materialize our blessings.
Absolutely.
And it be deep.
And then we start questioning God.
That's what we start doing.
Why he made it out? Why he get there? Why he successful?
Why not me?
It was crazy stories from the cell. Now, I had this one old cat. My cell, I was in the cell by myself, and he just came from the hole. He was arguing with a guard, old school. He come into my cell, all he had was a box and a typewriter. And all he used to do was law work, and he used to do these crossword puzzles all the time on the top bunk. And one day, I walked in the cell from the yard, and he was like, "How many minutes, youngin'? You know, how many minutes was it?" I ain't paying him no attention. He was doing life. But you would never think he was doing life because he was just a solid OG, just mind his business. And I said, "Minutes? I'm at the sink washing my hands. I just coming from the yard." He said, "How many minutes, man?" I said, I give you probably like, I give you like 3, 4. I said, minutes for what? I don't know what the you know, it's an OG. I don't know what he talking about, but it's coming off deep. He said, "How many minutes did it take?" You know what I mean? For you to get your residency here. I said, "What you mean, man? Fucking residency." He said, How many minutes did you take to earn this to stay? You stay. What you talking about? Minutes. So he said, you got your law? I said, "Yeah, I got my law work." I'm like, "Man." He said, "Let me show you something. So I go. He said, "Where your case?" I show him my case. He said, "Okay. You see these two?" He said, "This the police report, and this the police report." Took both of my police reports, and he said, "Okay. You robbed the joint at this time? They say you was in there for that long? Or you robbed this joint for this time? They say you was in there that long." He said, "That's like, each of them is like 2.5. Altogether, that's like 5 minutes, man." He said, 5 minutes got you 20 years in prison? He said, 5 minutes. He said, 5 minutes. He said, "Man, and that's long." He said, "That's a long time." He said, "If you would have shot somebody, it'd have been like 1 minute. You probably could have lost your life for 1 minute." Because he said, "Mine ain't take that long." You see what I'm saying? He said, "I stabbed the motherfucker, man. It wasn't even no, I don't know how long it was. It wasn't no minute." He said, "I stabbed the motherfucker a couple of times. He checked out. Wasn't even no minute. But 5 minutes." So I said, "Damn," he jumped back on the bed, kept doing his crossword puzzles. And it fucked me up for a while because I'm like, damn, I gave my life for 5 minutes. And I'm saying it to say to y'all, like, you'll be sitting up in the cell for the rest of your life about one move that lasted a minute. It only take 1 minute to shoot a gun.
Steve.
I'm take 1 minute. So I'm sitting there, I did 20 years in the joint for 5 minutes. 5 minutes is some bullshit. Could change your whole life forever. And like, if you out there, I'm gonna just say this to the people that want to hear it. Because you got a lot of dudes out there, y'all real niggas. This ain't for you because you probably don't want to hear this shit, OG tripping. But for those that's not sure about the direction you want to go and you loving your life and you just like, you feel as though you got to be making some moves or doing some shit that's outside of yourself in order to be accepted with whoever you dealing with right now, I'm talking to you. It's 5 minutes versus your life? 1 minute? Is it worth? If it is, that's your thing. But if it ain't, you got to reroute. You gotta you gotta restructure your whole route, whatever direction you're going on, and get the fuck away from the people that you're around that got you thinking you gotta be a real nigga in order to win. Being a real nigga is getting out there getting your education. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. For all the things, money I took, whatever I took, and you got a lot of cats out here, I ain't working at no motherfucking McDonald's. I ain't working here. I ain't working there. But what fucked me up is when I seen kingpins and dudes that used to run neighborhoods wiping the table in the kitchen for 30 cents an hour. But you got a lot of dudes out here, I got to hustle. They ain't giving me enough money. But you'll go to jail and work your fucking ass off in the kitchen trying to steal some green peppers and onions and shit and sell them.
Talk to him.
Or some white gold, that's sugar. You know what I mean? Just to sell it.
Sugar.
You know what I mean? That's white gold. You know what I'm saying? You in there trying to slang and bang with that shit, but you couldn't do this. Everybody too cool. Right. And then now we living in a time, motherfuckers and got Hollywood. The PUA came. Now everybody done capped so much that he can't go back there living real life no more. Everybody got on Instagram. I got money. I'm the shit. I'm this. I'm that. I'm on a yacht in Miami. To now they can't even go back to the jobs they had because they done shitted on their employers. They done capped so much. Now everybody hiding now. They in the cut like, I ain't going. They grams and slowed down and nobody want to work, man. Stories from the cell.
Do the right thing.
Alpo the rat been dead. A couple of people asked me, did you kill him? Did you smoke? Nah, I ain't smoked that rat. I wish I was behind the trigger though. You dig? But
Roger, tell these motherfuckers subscribe to the Prophet channel.
I got you.
I love you to death, and I will always love you, my father.
The only man in the world who can do handstand push-ups with his fist on concrete.